Question 5, find the area of the figure. So we're going to kind of do a little bit of hijinks like we did in the last one. We're going to take this part right here. We're going to go from A to the opposite side over here, because I know that if I draw a line that's perpendicular to this side, then that's going to give me a rectangle and a triangle, and then I just have to figure out what it is what I get when I add those two areas together. So in a rectangle, again, we need to take the base times the height to get the area. So easy enough, the area of this rectangle down here is 80. So I just have to figure out the area of this triangle up here. So I know that this is a right angle. I drew it in, or I drew it purposefully to have a 90-degree angle over here so that this is also 10 and this is also 8. And in order to find the area of this triangle here, I have to know this side because that is the base of my triangle. And the formula for the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. I do know this length here, however, that is 10. And I also know this angle measure right here. If this is a right angle down here, then I know that these two angles here have to be complementary. So this is also a 20-degree angle up here. So how to find x over here? Well, if you think about what we just finished doing in Unit 4, we just finished up with our trig unit. So if I want to find out what x is equal to, I can use those trig ratios to figure that out. So I have 20. This is our hypotenuse. This is the opposite. And this is the adjacent. And what I'm looking for is the adjacent. And I know the opposite. I don't need my hypotenuse. That's not going to factor into finding the area in any way. So the one that uses the trig ratio that uses O and A is tangent. And I'm actually going to use tangent of 20 because I like it when my x is in the numerator of the fraction instead of the denominator. So we're going to set this up, the tangent of 20. Now that's not to say that you can't use the tangent of 70. It's just that your x is going to be on the denominator. Is equal to opposite over adjacent. And because x is in the numerator, now we're going to multiply by 10. And so we get x is equal to 10 times the tangent of 20. Now, I'm going to leave it like this for now. It's going to look kind of ugly. 10 times the tangent of 20. Okay? Now, in order to find the area of the triangle, I'm going to take the base times the height and then divide that by 2. So the base is this 10 times the tangent of 20 times the height, which is 10, and then we're dividing that by 2. So 10 times 10 is 100. 100 divided by 2 is 50. So the area up here is 50 times the tangent of 20. And if we pull up our calculator up here, our Desmos calculator, we can do 50 times the tangent of 20. And then we also, if we know that this is 50 times the tangent of 20 up here and this is 80, we just have to add those two pieces together. And so our answer is going to be somewhere in the vicinity of 98.2. So that's what I'm going to put up here. 98.2. Remember that you can't do the calculations for the trig functions in this one because it's not set to the right. It's not set to degrees. It's set to something else. So 98.2 would be your correct answer.